my research is about determining the cognitive mechanisms that differentiate healthy weight individuals from overweight individuals in terms of food consumption. So I know that's maybe a little difficult to understand. So what we were specifically testing was whether overweight individuals have an approach bias, which means do they have a elevated tendency to actually move towards unhealthy food when compared to healthy food. So we use something called an approach avoidance task. So what this does is it displays images to people. So for my study it was images of food, and it gets them to respond to these images using a joystick, or it was a mouse in my case because my study was online. And so they're asked to actually like push or pull this mouse, and that's to simulate approach and avoidance. But what they actually respond to on that screen is they respond to the orientation of the image. So it's either going to be in landscape or portrait, and they'll know which way to respond depending on that orientation. So they'll either push for landscape, pull for portrait, and from that measure we get reaction times, so we can see whether people were more speeded to, let's say, approach unhealthy food than they were to approach healthy food. And then we create scores from that, and we're actually able to infer from that measure that people are faster in their automatic responses to certain types of food over other types of food. So what my honours actually found is that overweight individuals do have a approach bias for healthy food. So that is, they have this motivation where they want to be approaching healthy food. But from what we can see, they're really struggling to turn this motivation into actual tangible patterns of healthy consumption. So there's this disconnect between the two, this disconnect between the motivation and actually engaging in those healthier behaviours. So that's when interventions come in where they're trying to help people to turn that motivation into something more. And they're clearly not doing a great job of that at the moment. So maybe my research can come in there, and we can find some ways to improve these interventions.